Hey, you're on. Hey, how you doing?
I was a little delayed.
Dustin and I were having a little conversation.
Just a little bit.
And
I messed up
I
the
got a
schedule.
text message here. So, oh, there we go. Hey, how you doing, Dustin? Everyone's a little out of sorts today.
We all are.
Just tap
Where's
it.
your volume?
Tap the thing right there. Your camera's sitting on it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, just tap it. There you go. Turns it off. Anyway, we are here. We are started. Today is we decided to do traditional day, so I'm going to do some watercolor today, and so we're just all out of sorts because we got so used to doing digital work. I guess
Yeah, I guess.
Dustin's dropping the ball.
We
He
all
got
are.
super hammered last night, and so
You
he's
did,
just
I
all-
I just drink soda.
But here we are, and we are going to be doing some watercolor today. I've got this really awesome photo of a wolf that I was able to take a couple of years ago out in Montana, and I thought it would make a really cool painting for several reasons. First of all, I want to mention that my wolf course, this is the last weekend that you can get my wolf course for $1. So I thought maybe we would do a wolf for that. Nick actually came up with that idea. I thought that was a good idea.
There you
And we'll do it in watercolor because my watercolor course is still $5. So go check that out. So go to creatureartteacher.com for the wolf course. For $1, snatch it up because this is the last weekend before it goes back to its regular price. And then also we've got Tim Hodges' mythical creatures, how to draw and paint, or how to draw mythical creatures. I guess paint them too because he does watercolor.
go.
And that's doing really well. That's on sale now. And so go check that out. And when you do, you're going to be automatically signed up for a original piece of art from Tim. So that's pretty cool. And also, I want to mention this week's winner. This week's Wacom 1 winner is Nicole from Sao Paulo, Brazil. And she has just won, and she's very happy. And so there is one more chance. We're going to be doing this one more time. And it's going to be going go to my newsletter at creatureartteacher.com for a chance to win next week. So you got to sign up for my newsletter, just like we did last week. If you're already a subscriber, you're automatically entered. So don't worry, you don't have to go and do it again. But if you want to win, this is your last chance. This is our number 5 Wacom 1 that we're going to be giving away. If you want to win that, go to our website, creatureartteacher.com, and sign up for our newsletter. And actually, when you do sign up for the newsletter, you're gonna, about once a month, twice a month, you'll get all kinds of cool deals and things like that. We'll let you know what's going on at Creature Art Teacher.
Or just a random email once in a while that just says, hi.
Yeah, exactly. So there's that. And before I get to the really big announcement, I just want to say we got Dustin here, as usual. He's in the hot seat over there.
Yep.
We've traded sides today, and we've got Nick Birch over in Sarasota, Florida, and he's going to be answering questions today while I paint. Did you do the down shooter and show the wolf?
Yes, I did.
All right, cool. All right. Well, the big thing is, remember a few weeks ago we were talking about doing scholarships and doing one scholarship a month, and that's every month. And we want to do a scholarship for $5,000 to a student in need out there every month. And so it's something that we've been wanting to do for a long time. It was one of the goals when Nick and I put this business together. I myself could not have gone to school had I not had scholarships. I came from a lower than middle class income family, and we just couldn't afford college. And so I pounded the pavement when I was in high school trying to find anybody that would give me a scholarship to help me get my art education. And here I am 35 years later and making art and making a living at it. I've made a living at it for the last 35 years. And if it wasn't for those scholarships, I wouldn't have been able to get started. And so when we started this business, we always had the intention of wanting to give back. And so we've reached a point in our business where we can. And so starting at the end of this month, with August and July, we are going to start doing a $5,000 scholarship every month. And so it's going to be, it's good for anybody around the world. I want to make that clear. This is not just for the United States. This is for anybody worldwide that has a need. And so go to creatureartteacher.com/scholarship, and you'll get a lot more information on it there. But this scholarship is going to be good for any kind of college tuition that you might need. But it's also good because of the times that we're in now. It's going to be good for online education as well. Okay, so that's where we really want to place the focus is on education, getting education. There might be some kind of hardware, software purchases down the road that we can talk about, but rather than people just jumping on wanting to get a scholarship so they can get equipment, we really want it to be about education. And so the main focus is going to be about getting college tuition or online tuition paid for. And it's good for anybody 16 years old and above. Okay? 16 and above. If you're younger than 16, just keep working at it. And when you get old enough, we'll be talking. Okay? And it's going to require you guys to put together a portfolio. We want to see the work. And it's going to be limited to the first 200 that we get in every month. Now, if you don't get chosen in that first 200, don't worry. You're still going to be eligible every month afterwards. You don't have to reapply every single month. Okay? I want to make that very clear. And absolutely clear, because we don't want to be inundated. We want to be able to, get through as many as we can. And we figure about 200 portfolios is about what we'll be able to handle at a time. And so I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're on it, just jump in and submit what you can when you can, and we'll get to it. Okay, and yeah. So I want to also say that Nick's helping me out here. So it's go to creatureartteacher.com/scholarship to apply now. It's open to anyone in the world age 16 or older, and you'll need to submit a portfolio. That doesn't mean a physical portfolio. We don't want physical portfolios. Don't worry about that. What we want is either a PDF file or a URL link to a website. Okay, that's the way to do it. We don't want any physical art. We want digital art. Okay. And so, and also going back to what this is good for, this is also, like we said, any kind of college tuition, but also schoolism, animation mentor, Proco, any of those online education areas are fair game. And so, like I said, we want to be able to do this on a monthly basis from here until we either run out of money or or the end of the world or whatever. But this is something we've been wanting to do for a long time, and we're really excited about it. So it's ready to go now. So go to our website, put together your portfolio, and submit. Remember, we're only going to take the first 200, and if you get taken in, that's great. If you don't get chosen, don't worry. Your portfolio is there. We'll keep looking. Okay. All right, so without further ado, I think we're just going to go ahead and start doing some drawing.
Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Let's do it. Let's see if I missed anything. Did I miss anything, Nick? I think I got everything.
I think you got everything.
I'm really excited about this.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about doing this scholarship. Something I've been wanting to do so bad for such a long time. And I have a friend, actually I wanted to mention, my friend Phil Fisher and his wife Natalie, they did this. When I was a teenager, I took watercolor lessons for my friend Phil Fisher, and check him out on Instagram. I think it's Phil Fisher Art, and it's PhilFisherArt. Phil Fisher Art, I think. Let me double check that. But anyway, as I'm checking this, when I was a teenager, I used to take, it's Phil Fisher Fine Art. There we go. It's PhilFisherFineArt. Phil Fisher Fine Art. Check him out. he taught me watercolors when I was a kid, when I was about 12, 13, 14 years old. He would give me art lessons, and he did it for free. He liked me. He liked that I was a kid that liked art, and I stuck with it. And when I became college age, when I graduated high school and was ready for college, Phil and his wife Natalie raised $2,000 for me to help me go to college. And so ever since that time, I've always been indebted to Phil, and I've always been so appreciative of him and his wife Natalie. And so ever since then, I've wanted to be able to do that for students around the world as well. And so I'm going to stop talking about it because I'm getting a little emotional.
But a real quick question about the scholarship. When it comes to the digital art, somebody's asking digital art meaning like photos or scans of traditional media in case the artist works on traditional media.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I want to be very clear. It's not. I don't want digital art. We want digital files so you can scan your original traditional art. We just don't want. I don't want you to send me a watercolor painting. Don't do that. Take a picture of your watercolor painting and send it as a digital file. Okay.
Right.
That's what I want. So yes, your artwork that you put together can be traditional. It can be sculpture. It can be collage. It can be anything you want it to be. But I don't want you to send me your actual physical artwork. I want you to send me a link to a website that you have your artwork on, or send us a PDF file of your portfolio. Okay, there. So here we go. So I've got a wolf, as my friend Chuck Williams says. You can't say the word L, or the word. You can't say the letter L. Yeah, he just says wolf. But I am going to sketch this out really quick. We're drawing in watercolor today. I'm going to stand up for this because when I'm sitting, I'm low enough that it distorts the drawing. It distorts the paper. So I want to make sure that I'm drawing this in the right way. So, and our watercolor course, I did mention this earlier, but I'm just going to mention it again. Since I'm doing watercolor, our watercolor course is only $5. Remember, I was telling you, Phil Fisher, was teaching me watercolor when I was a teenager. I really loved the stuff that he did, and I asked him if he could teach me. I also started learning watercolor when I was about 8, so I did a lot of watercolor already, but not in the way that he was doing it. And so I wanted to learn a bit more. And so he taught me watercolor. And so I've taken that plus everything I've learned over the last, I'd say 30, 40 years of painting in watercolor, and or 45 years, I should say, and I put it together into a course. And so that course is on sale right now. I'm trying to get this proportion right. The course is on sale right now for $5. $5.
$5. Will you be able to make? Will you be able to help us in making a good portfolio in advice or otherwise?
Yeah, actually, we can do that. Why don't we do that? We'll do that on a later date, maybe next week. Nick is really good with the advice on putting together a good portfolio. He used to teach portfolio class at Ringling, along with my old mentor and friend Regan Dunnick at Ringling College of Art and Design. Let me pull out on this a little bit. Whoops.
Can the scholarship be used to purchase art books?
We want it to be specifically for education, and I understand art books are education, but we want it to be more for college tuition, either a regular college or online. So that's where we want it to go for right now. Now down the road, if there's art books required, books required for your teaching, then we might do something like that. And once again, I'm doing a wolf today in watercolor because of all the wonderful things he does. because this is our last weekend that you can get my watercolor course for $1. I mean, my not my watercolor course, my drawing wolves, foxes, and coyotes for $1. Sorry, when I'm drawing and talking, sometimes my brain just short circuits. And it's doing it now because I'm focusing on trying to get the proportions right on here. Oh, tongue.
So, not a lasso drawing demo?
Not a lasso drawing demo, nope.
Not today.
Not today.
Dustin, do you know anything about the Jedi Fallen Order game? Yes, I do. I've actually played quite a bit of it in the past, and it is very, very fun. Can this portfolio be an Instagram account?
Yeah, I don't see why not. It can be an Instagram account. I'd rather you put together a more presentable portfolio, but it can be that. I'd rather it not be, but it can be. Put it that way. How's that?
Now, one of the sites I've heard a lot of good things about is Squarespace.
No, Squarespace is a that's a
It's a
yeah,
web building site.
yeah, exactly. You don't have to have it on there. You just if you have a website already, you don't need to have a website though. You can just put together a PDF file. That's what I'm saying. I realize some people might not have the means to do that, and so we'll look at it on a case-by-case basis.
We'll figure it out. Do I have to live in the U.S. to enter a portfolio, and can it be a Facebook page?
Okay, I'm going to say this again. Go to the website. I already said, Dustin, and don't ask me questions that I've already answered. Okay.
They probably didn't hear the whole thing.
That's all right. So I already said that it's available to anyone in the world. Anybody. You do not have to live in the U.S. But go to creatureartteacher.com and you will get all the information. creatureartteacher.com/scholarship, and that will give you all the information you need. Everything. So go there. Everything you need to know is there. It's good for anybody in the world 16 years or older.
But can it be a Facebook page for the portfolio?
No, it cannot be a Facebook page. I just said I want it as a PDF or a website, not a Facebook page. And this will tell me who's serious, okay? This is going to tell me who's serious out there. I want you to this is the assignment I'm giving you in order to get the scholarship. I want you to put together either a PDF of your work or have a website already. There we go. I'm really excited about this.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool. Here's our woof, 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 woof.
Have you tried using watercolor pencil instead of a pencil when painting in watercolor?
I've never used watercolor pencil. No, I've had a few people ask me that. I've never tried it, and it seems they seem really cool. I've just never had the opportunity. Well, I've had the opportunity. I mean, I've always got the opportunity to try something new. I've just never thought about it.
Stitch impressions, please. It will be a drunk stitch impression by default. Oh, you and Parker should do more zoo drawings once it's safe.
Yes, we will. We definitely will. Because that means family.
Ohana means family.
So now that I've got it kind of laid out, I'm just coming in and kind of shoring up some of the drawing. I'm going to keep this fairly loose today.
Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning,
What
or
are
good
your
afternoon.
For us, it's good afternoon.
Yeah.
What are your feelings about watercolor purism versus introducing opaque whites?
Oh, it's fine. It just depends on what you're trying to do. I mean, there's no rules. I don't care if you put oil pastel over the top of it. I mean, there's times where I challenge myself to keep an image traditional, or not necessarily traditional, but here we go. Let me pull this out. There we go. Where I keep it, your whites, the white of the paper, which is what I'm going to do today. I'm not going to use any gouache or anything. Oh, this eraser is disgusting. Look at this thing. Ugh. Like a turd.
What exactly is watercolor purism?
It's not using opaques. Watercolor is a transparent medium, and so you see through it. And sometimes, so what that means is the white is the white of the paper. And traditionally, you go from light to dark in watercolor. This is disgusting. I can't use this eraser. Where's my other gum eraser? Oh, there it is.
I just can't do it.
There it is. That's more like what an eraser should be.
Do like a side-by-side comparison. Like, this is what it should be, this is what it not should be. Oh.
This thing's gross. It's like rock hard too, and just crumbly. Just throw that away. Let's just throw that out. There we go.
Yeah, that is pretty
Gross.
tough.
It's gross.
You could knock somebody out with that thing.
I know. Play golf with it. But so watercolor is a transparent medium. So you traditionally the white is the white of the paper, and then you just work darker. So you start very light, and you just continue to work darker and darker until you have a finished image. But sometimes people like to, if there's some detail-y light colors over the top of dark, sometimes they'll like to paint that in with an opaque white and do it that way. And I've done it that way. I've done more traditional watercolor, and I prefer to do traditional. I prefer to just keep the white, just embrace the medium, and that's what we're going to do today. And so, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start painting. I'm going to keep it really loose to begin with.
There's lots of white on this wolf. Does that mean you need to leave a blank space while painting, or is there a white watercolor that you can
Nope,
use?
that's exactly right. For in here, when you look at this, there's a lot of white, areas like this. Those are areas that I'm not going to paint. I will paint the grass in the background. I'll paint the shadow areas and all that, but there's a lot of areas in here that will just either be very, very light color or no color at all. So let's go.
let's go. Actually, if you want, 1 second. I wonder if I could do this. Is there a difference when I can move the water, or?
No, I'm going to keep it right here. Let's see. Yeah, can you move that? Because this is pretty much the only place I can put the water. And Nick is just saying he's going to make me eat my words. He says not to quibble. But he did say if someone does have a professional artist Facebook page, then that will do. And I agree with that, I guess. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put this here.
Hopefully this will...
This is kind of milky. I wonder if I've got opaques in here already by accident.
Oh. So now people can see you mixing your paints.
I see.
Bottom,
Oh,
bottom
awesome.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
You want me to enlarge it a little bit, or keep it that size?
No, that's good.
Okay.
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 Sure thing, boss.
So I'm just going in right now and getting some of my colors ready. I'm going to go very light with this to begin with. I'm using a flat. I love using flats. Right here, my flat. That's my preferred brush. You can turn it on its edge and get some nice color that way. Oh, I need a paper towel handy. There. So I'm just basically staining this area. See how that lightened it right up? I'm just barely staining it.
Just barely.
Just barely.
So did you mix any of the colors to make that? Like, what colors did you mix for that?
These are colors that were already on my palette.
Do you remember what they?
Yeah, it's these are all ochres, some burnt sienna.
I can't wait for the lasso tool as the one more thing today. Yeah, your lasso tool would be an X-Acto knife and glue.
Yeah, right. Keeping everything very subtle.
Do you ever mask to leave white areas?
Yes. Today I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it loose. If I'm doing really tight, precise work, I will mask.
Which is like that material, right? There's like
It's either rubber cement. You can do it with rubber cement, or I can do it with tape.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Usually you tape up the edges to keep clean corners, don't you?
Yeah, I sometimes do. I haven't been lately. I've just been kind of winging it. I'm going to keep this nice and loose. I got one from Nick. Sorry, I got to paint this first. Twitch question. Quick question about the scholarship. Letter of recommendation is a bit tough for me to to figure out, since I have no teachers, who exactly fits into the important person category. It can be anybody. It can be a parent. It can be a brother. It can be anybody. Anybody that you respect, that believes that you are a good candidate for this portfolio.
I can't really afford to go to art school, and my parents aren't really supportive either. Will it be hard to get a job being self-taught and all?
Yes. It'll be hard to self-teach, that's for sure. But it's not impossible. You don't have to go to college. There's plenty of online teaching. There's a lot of stuff for free on YouTube. I want to show that to paint hair, you don't need a super fine, tight little, two bristle brush. You can do it with a big flat like this, and that's what we're going to do today.
What kind of watercolor do you use?
I'm using Winsor Newton.
Winsor Newton. Why does that Winsor Newton sound like an airplane company or something? Welcome to Winsor Newton Airlines. Do you ever use Frisket or masking liquid to block off white paper?
Yes.
And in fact, we showed that during the watercolor course.
Yes, we did. And we also just talked about it 2 minutes ago.
Dude, but it was a late comer. What size is the paper?
I'm not sure, actually. What size is this?
Big. That's all I know.
12 by 16.
Do you do the color buildup same as oil paint?
No. Oil, I paint much more direct. Watercolor, I start very light and work dark. So here you're going to see me start very light and then work dark.
Do you mind if I tag you in some of my paintings? Your courses have really helped and love to show you both.
I would love for you to tag me. Anybody out there, I love when I get tagged on images that they do after our courses.
Likewise, I would love to see those. And to everyone that have been using my reference photos and have been sharing me their work and experiences using those photos, I thank you so much for tagging me in those and showing me what you guys have done. They have all been amazing. How do you handle mistakes in watercolor paintings? Like, how do you correct those?
You don't.
You don't. You just go with it.
You got to just roll with it. I mean, there's ways that you could lift areas out, but in general, you're just careful. Here I'm going to paint very direct, so I'll make a few mistakes today, but I'm not going to worry about it because this is a very direct, loose kind of painting.
Guess who just hopped on? Yellowstone National Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. Manny.
Manny. Manny.
Manny.
Manny.
Manny.
When I took this photo of this wolf, Manny was standing right next to me.
Do you clean your palettes?
Sometimes. About half the time. Today I'm not.
I think it's one of those, like, once it gets dirty enough, then you're like, okay, now it's time to change it.
Yeah. Beauty, beauty.
Beauty.
Take this. I gotta clean this up. Yeah. I need some clean area. I'm gonna keep my cools on this side.
Because you mentioned about learning from YouTube, so he said, yeah, I've learned almost everything I know from YouTube. It's so helpful. Thank you, Aaron. You give me hope.
Good.
Yeah, like 90% of the stuff I learned from photography is have been from YouTube. So YouTube, like just Google and YouTube in general is
It's awesome.
an incredible source of information. Like
yeah.
anytime I'm like, what is like this phrase for like for a camera? Like for the longest time I didn't quite understand what ISO was or like what it was all about.
Yeah.
And so I just Googled it and I learned from Google.
Yep.
You know, it's like if you ever have a doubt about something, just Google it.
Yep.
Google and YouTube's the two best sources.
It's our modern library.
Yep. Back then you would have to find a dictionary or an encyclopedia.
the Dewey Decimal
in the
System.
library.
There we go. That's nice and clean now. YouTube question. I just checked out the scholarship and it is incredibly generous. What was your motivation behind it? You missed it. I talked about it for 20 minutes. I'm in a mood today, aren't I? No, it's I know you're probably a latecomer. So the motivation behind it is basically us wanting to give back. I had people giving me scholarships when I was in when I went to school, and Nick and I want to do the same. And Nick, you know, he was helped out, and I was helped out, and none of us get to where we are on our own. We just don't. You might think you do, but you don't. And there's people along the way that will help, that do help, that want to help. And that's what we want to do. And that is too dark.
Martin responded to the person I was asking about what happens if you make a mistake. Just said, just paint a happy little tree over it. And I'll add to that, just saying yes, and add some happy little tree friends with on there too.
Tree friends.
Happy tree friends.
happy tree friends. Is that their theme song?
Yeah, except a much higher tone. But yeah, I remember growing up watching that. I'm surprised I'm still sane.
So what I'm doing is I'm putting in a few different tones here and there, and then I'm going to, just like I do with Multiply when I'm painting digitally, I'm going to go in with a ultramarine, basically, and come in and paint over the top of it.
Hey Aaron,
Hey, what's going on, eh?
can we apply for the scholarship even if we've made Walt Disney jokes in the past?
No.
You're disqualified. Aaron, how do you determine what colors you want to include in a custom watercolor palette?
I keep a certain number of warms and cools, and I hit, you know, everything around the spectrum. I don't do a lot of, I do some earth tones, but I try to keep everything, you know, either primary or secondary color in the primary or secondary spectrum. I don't do a lot of specialty colors. I just mix that.
Do you ever save the wash off from the palette? You
Oh,
can
yeah.
make a nice eco-friendly watercolor mud for monochromatic studies.
It's true. I do.
Hey, Gabby's here for a short bit.
Hey,
Said,
Gabster.
I wish I could join the whole video, guys, but I'm at the courthouse. God love divorce cases. Oh boy. Have fun with that. Winsor Newton seemed harder to lift in terms of mistakes.
Well, it's because it's much higher quality pigment, so it's got a stronger staining power.
The paper you're currently using, is it hot press or cold press?
This is cold press, so it's got tooth to it.
Truth. Hey, Dustin, Aaron.
Hey! Hey, person.
Hey, person. Ludmil?
Oh, Ludmil. Yeah.
Yeah.
From Sarasota.
Ah, I hope I didn't already miss the answer, but do you have any update on the African online workshop idea that you had? Also, what was Walt Disney like?
You're fired.
You're fired.
No, we don't have an update yet. We're still working on it. There's a lot that we have to pull together. We've been getting some really great footage, though, images from our Maasai friend Moses, who's going to be doing this with us. He sends us stuff almost daily. See what I'm doing? I can squeeze out the water in my brush, and I can lift pigment out. So to the person that asked about mistakes, if you put something down that's too dark, you can lift out paint. And on top of that, I can dab it as well. Like this.
God. I'm so glad I only saw just like a third
I'm
of
such a
that.
dad.
All I saw was an arm sticking out. I already knew exactly what it was. It was like, no.
Don't dad.
God, don't. No.
You're such a dad.
So I just wrote a funny joke. 2 muffins are baking in the oven. One says, it's so hot in here. The second one says, oh my god, a talking muffin!
All right. Sorry. Cassidy on YouTube says, I go to Full Sail University to study 3D animation. A couple of my past teachers said they've worked with you in the past at Disney. Yes, I know several people at Full Sail that I used to work with.
You know what the brand of the paper is?
Yes, hold on. I'll show you. Aquarel?
Aquarel?
Aquarel Arches. It's Arches.
Arches?
Yeah. Arches watercolor.
What is the difference between hot and cold presses?
Cold press is toothy paper. Hot press is smooth.
So it runs more.
Yeah.
More
Hot press is more generally used for drawing and ink and that sort of thing, and then you can watercolor over the top of it or whatever. And then cold press is generally for like watercolor, like what I'm doing here, because it with the tooth in the paper like this, it it bleeds much more evenly. And when I mean by bleed, I don't mean by blood. I mean the pigment will separate and run and create really nice washes much more effectively with cold press.
Have you also painted only in black and gray values?
Yes. I love doing these really quick watercolors like this. What color is that? That's kind of a
Somebody said we missed the implied dab. You didn't miss much.
Oh, Dustin hates me.
Plus, I would have to move the camera again. Gary says, I gotta go, bye. Can't wait to see the final result. Post it later.
Who is that, Gabby?
Yep.
See you, Gabster. So even with a big brush like this, you can get really detailed. Just turn it on its edge. There's a lot you can do with it. Here, I'm going to grab my round. Even this, I don't really, it's not super tiny.
When it comes to papers, there's also a huge difference in absorption of liquid between hot and cold pressed paper.
Yes, there is. That's a very good point.
What cold absorbs more than hot? Or is it vice versa?
No, that's right.
Oh, cold does more?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I hope the people heard that.
No, a lot of people know that.
I said I hope a lot of people heard.
Not a lot of people know that.
heard
Was my
Are you putting down the local color now?
no. I'm just I'm not really doing. I'm thinking about local color in here, but what I'm doing right now is laying down just basically the colors that I see in the image in the reference.
I was expecting you to say, I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Actually, right here, I probably should have painted the teeth in first, but I can get away with painting them after. Being very precise. We're going to hit this a couple of times too.
I didn't realize cold press is more permeable. Is that because less sizing is used?
I don't know. I just know that it's more absorbent. I don't know why it's more absorbent. Could be. YouTube comment. Thanks for the tutorial, sir. They are very helpful. I also follow Travis Blaise as well, and you're both good people. Who the hell's Travis Blaise?
I have no idea.
Speaking of Travis, Travis has a Travis is coming on. My brother Travis has his own show as well. You should check him out. He's on Wednesdays, Mondays. Is he on Mondays? I know he's on Wednesday. Oh, maybe Wednesdays and Thursdays.
I do have his slide right here.
Yes,
Wednesdays at 11. Although, this is an older slide, so I don't know if his schedule's changed since. Oh well.
Nick says, I want to point out that this is open to older students as well. Anyone 16 and up. So we've already made that clear that if you're 16 or older, this is open to you. But we want to point out that means anybody older than 16. We get so many questions about older folks like myself wondering if it's too late to learn how to do art. And I always say, no, it's not. And so, to that end, this is open to you as well. Question, what's the difference between watercolor and gouache? The difference is opacity. That's the difference. Watercolor is transparent. Gouache is opaque. It's all about the transparency. Or it's all about that bass. About that bass. No treble.
No trouble.
When or why
Bass.
do you prefer hot press?
For drawing, a lot of times it's folks that that are drawing. Drawing.
Drawing. Is your paper and pad at an angle or is it flat?
It's flat.
It's at a very, very shallow angle, though. Very shallow angle.
Very shallow. Very, very shallow. Much like your personality.
Right.
What?
No, that's true. It's like so shallow. Oh my god. Listen, Travis Blaise is a guy pretending to be your uncle. He is?
Huh?
Rajah?
Oh, gee, Scoob.
He also calls Aaron during the live streams.
Yes, he does.
Rajah.
Raggy?
Like G Scoob.
Oh my god.
Like, what was the best art advice you ever got from someone?
The best art advice I ever got was just telling me to be patient. Let the talent, not talent, because no one has talent. I mean, people have a proclivity, but talent is just the result of hard work. And so let it develop. Let it develop on its own. But it doesn't develop without working at it. So that's the key. You gotta work. You've gotta work.
Like, you gotta work for it, man.
Scoob. That was terrible. Here we go. How many times have I said, there we go,
There we go.
on the bird of prey course?
Oh, God.
There we go.
Well over 100. And there's even more that I've actually cut out in the dead space. So,
You cutting out my there we goes?
in the dead spaces, in which is only like a small quarter, there's still so many more. They say, like, let me get this right here. Yeah, there we go, right there. You kind of mix them into your talks sometimes.
There we go. There we go. What? There we go. What? There we go.
There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go.
There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Dustin, I bet a hard voice to mimic would be Robert Stack from Unsolved Mysteries.
That's random.
Robert Stack.
You'd know him if you saw him.
Unsolved
He
Mysteries.
talks like this. Kind of. I can't do it as well as you.
Where's...
He's got a very distinctive gravelly voice.
I need to check this out.
Robert Stack.
Says it's sounding familiar. I just don't recognize the
Name? You don't recognize the name?
Well, I know the show Unsolved Mysteries, but
So one thing I like to do is I'm going to run basically a little shot of ultramarine right over all of this here. We're going to get this sucker to stand out. We're going to get it to stand out. We're going to get it to stand out. We need Manny here to give us a good voice. Hey, Manny. Roscoe.
Hey, buddy.
Roscoe.
sorry for the dumb question, but I really don't know. How should I do art studies? I just end up copying the work, but I have a feeling I should be doing more.
You should be doing more. You got to learn design. You got to learn art history. Where do some of these movements come from? You got to understand perspective. You got to understand figure. There's a lot of things that go into filling out your art education. And a lot of that can be found online, or you can do it. Do it. Just do it. Or you can do it through art school. I'm keeping everything very light. You can see in here. YouTube question. Was it hard for you, Aaron, the transition from traditional to digital? I'm struggling with it. No, because I was lucky enough to jump right onto using a Cintiq. And that really helped a lot. Using a Cintiq really, really helped. Because then it was just learning the software. I wasn't having to relearn the actual action of creating art.
I think I might have got it. That's rubber stack. Let's see if I can do this on the first try. What is your work schedule in a week?
That's not bad. My work schedule consists of, I don't know, I get up around 8 o'clock, take the dog for a 2-mile walk, and then by that time I'm dying of thirst and I'm hot, so I jump in the pool, take a quick swim, and then Dustin comes over and we start recording. And that's pretty much every day.
Dustin, can you do a German or Austrian accent?
Put another shrimp on the bobby.
Dumb and Dumber.
Or in Dad's case, just dumb.
I can do a little bit of a German accent, I think, but it's the very...
Yeah, but remember, if you run for office, it's going to come back and haunt you.
Oh yeah, of course.
No, not the German accent. I mean, anyone can speak German accent. Anybody from Germany has a German accent. And we were talking about the thing in your play the other day.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I played as a. Because I was in high school. I was in a musical, Sound of Music, and I played as a German officer, and so I did a German accent for that. Listen, if you cut out every "there we go" or "like so," you can
like
just
so.
do a silent chorus, Buster Blaze. No, what I think we should do. What I think you should do is every time. Like, you ever seeing the videos of that one wrestler, but it's him just every time he inhales, like,
No, I
like
haven't seen that.
you haven't seen that?
No.
Oh. somebody cut together like every time he takes these deep inhales like before he says something because he's like really gotta belt it, so he's like but the person edited it so it's nothing but the inhales. And so I think it'll be funny that after each big course I just go back in and cut everything out except the there we goes.
Right, there we go. There we go.
There we go.
There we
There
go.
we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go.
That would be good. There we go.
You know, and then like so. There we go. There we go. Like so. Like so. Like so. There we go. Maybe even add a little auto tune. Try to make a song out of this.
Right.
Is there a 12 round you're currently using?
This is a 9 round.
Have you ever used a glass dip pen?
No, not a glass one.
Even though there was a glass dip.
Kind of switched over to the round here, I guess.
I can't wait for the Birds of Prey videos. I've been pumped since I found out about it. Do you know approximately when it will drop?
What do you think, Dustin?
Oh.
We've got at least 10 more days of shooting.
10 more?
Yeah, because we got, probably about 10 more of shooting.
Well, I'm keeping up relatively well with the editing, so at the rate that we're both going, I would think...
It's a huge course. It's way bigger than I anticipated.
I would say about a day or two after we're done filming, I'll probably be just about done with the editing on my end. And then at that point, I think it'll just be up to Nick getting everything together.
Nick, Birch.
So yeah, so I would say probably released by the end of next month.
Yeah.
Of this coming month.
Yeah.
What do you think?
By the end of August, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean by the end of July.
Okay, I know that was a dumb question. I hear you.
I love the keywords that just trigger things with Dustin, like "do it" or "11." I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you ever did master class in Switzerland?
No. I have not.
That would be cool.
That would be awesome. I've been to Switzerland 3 times.
Lucky.
Our little wolf is coming together.
How's the fitness goals going for you, Aaron? By the way, a single pound of fat is about 3-inch cube. I find it helpful in keeping on track with weight loss goals.
It's also 3,500 calories. As of today, a matter of fact, I'm glad you asked. As of today, I have lost exactly 20 pounds. I've eaten a lot of fish over the last 8 weeks, 7 weeks.
I got the reference, Martin. Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
Oh my god, that's funny.
I'm a smart man. I passed the test in flying colors.
They
It's
just
very
couldn't believe
hard.
it. They couldn't
It's the
believe it.
hardest. It's the hardest test in the world.
I'm a genius.
I'm a genius.
That's funny.
What price is a good price for a good watercolor brush?
Oh, hundreds. You can pay hundreds for a good watercolor brush.
Dustin, can you do a Gollum voice?
What has it got? And it's nasty, fiercely Perkinses. Gollum, Gollum.
How's that? Was that good?
That was pretty good.
That was good.
That was good, man. That was pretty good.
Winners, Willie, winners. Shut up.
Are you going to do Inktober this year?
Oh yeah, that's coming up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how everyone's going to handle Halloween this year.
Well, they're talking about canceling it.
What?
There has been talk. So here I'm painting in the shadows.
Do you feel that it's worth the money for Kolinsky Sable watercolor brushes? Or are there other materials you find just as good but a better price point?
Well, I mean, they're great brushes. So, you know, you get what you pay for. Would I spend that much? No, probably not. Because I'm rough on my brushes.
Have you ever used aqua watercolor brushes?
I'm not
Aqua.
sure.
Have you ever done any courses on creating environments and placing characters in the environments?
No. But we will be. Sorry, I gotta get this really quick.
That's a new Patrick Stewart voice. Oh God.
Oh God.
I don't know if I can do. I don't know
YouTube
if I
question:
can-
is there any rare animal that you still would like to see live? Yes. I've seen them in aquariums, but I want to see in the wild a whale shark.
We're asking Dustin, would Gollum pass the test? How would that sound?
The what?
The test.
What do you mean the test?
The dementia test.
The
Yeah.
what?
The one Trump took.
Oh.
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
That's just pure creep.
I tried to make it sound like he was annoyed. Yeah, the only thing that I say that is anywhere near Patrick Stewart is make a shout. Welcome aboard the Starship Enterprise. Did you include any owls in your Birds of Prey course?
Yes.
We've done 2 of each
Barn owls
species.
and great horned owls.
Yep.
Now, someone had requested me doing a snowy owl as well. And that's something I might do. We might add that. You're going, what?
What the hell?
But we've been doing on average 2 per birds of prey species.
Yes.
Like 2 hawks, 2 eagles,
Yes.
2 owls.
Yes.
So if we add a 3rd owl, does that mean we have to add a 3rd to all the others?
No.
That's so good. Are you sure you aren't Andy Serkis? I don't think I am. I could definitely play as his vocal stunt double, I guess. Or his substitute if his voice cracks or anything like that.
I worked with Andy Serkis on Mowgli. Did you get in any fist fights with the Pixar guys back in the day? Any fist fights? No. No fist fights. It's funny.
The person with people, place, and environments could be called person, woman, man, camera, TV.
Oh, that's funny.
I so want to go to Africa after looking at your reference images of big cats. They are amazing.
Thank you.
I've been wanting to go for so long.
Yeah, Dustin wants to go too.
In fact, if on YouTube,
On the YouTube?
on the tube of views, there is a live stream that happens twice a day,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
and
That's awesome. Twice a day.
yeah, well, it's they
Sorry.
do morning to noon, like 9 a.m. till noon, and then they do a late night of midnight to 3, and that's Eastern time. But it changes depending on where it's all at. But what's the actual name of the stream though? Is it
Safari Live.
Safari Live?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so just look up Safari Live, and it is 6 different streamers in 6 different areas of the fields, and I forgot, it's near is it near Masai?
Yeah.
Masai Mara?
No, I think they're in Kruger.
Kruger.
That's down in South Africa.
But yeah, and it's real time, and whatever they see in the field, they show it all, and you see like elephants, lions, jaguars,
Woman, man.
camera, TV. But yeah, actually the other day they showed a live footage of a leopard eating
An impala.
I think it was an impala, yeah, eating an impala in a tree, and they didn't hold anything back.
No. It gets brutal.
Yeah, it gets pretty brutal.
Nick
But
asks, Warner just announced that they're releasing an interactive Batman cartoon that is R-rated. Where'd that go? It just disappeared. Twitch comment, Watercolor is so damn backwards. No, it's just the medium. YouTube question, hey Aaron, what's your thoughts on SCAD? I went for the open house in late 2019, and I met someone who knows you. He was an animator, teacher, and besides, the school looks pretty. Yes, I know several people there that are teachers now that we used to work together at Disney. I think it's a great school. There's a lot of good artists that I've met over the years that went to SCAD. A lot. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. So I'm going to lay in some of this background so we can start getting a true sense of the values here while this dries. So what I need to do is mix and mix and mix. So I'm going to take a few minutes here.
Do you have any advice for practicing fur? I mostly draw and paint animals, but I have trouble doing realistic fur.
It's think about fur shapes. Don't paint individual hairs. Think about the shapes that the hairs make. That's the way to approach it.
I have a feeling you can do Severus Snape too. Turn to page 394. That's the best I can do.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, great! It's always about you, isn't it? Do you use 2 cups of water during your watercolor paintings?
Sometimes, not today. I'll use one. For those of you that are wondering why you would use 2, you have one to mix your brush in, and then you have one that's clean water.
When you do a live stream, are viewers allowed to later try to paint the same photo as a learning practice?
Of course.
If yes, can the work be shared on social media afterwards?
Of course. Of course.
Of course.
All right. So I'm just going to get in here.
So he says, I love the Wild Earth Live Safari live stream. The morning chorus is my lullaby here in North Cal.
Oh, yeah?
Nice. Can you tattoo wood?
What? Can you tattoo wood?
Yeah.
I don't know. Twitch question. Do you have any tips? You keep taking away the questions, Nick. Sorry, I'm getting to them slowly, but I'm still trying to get to them. Also, I want to remind you guys about the wolf course. My how to draw wolves, foxes, and coyotes. This weekend is the last weekend for you to get that course for $1.
Aaron, how did it feel as you realized that after the first Toy Story, the whole industry was about to go full digital? Did you embrace right away, or did you have some issues with that at the beginning?
Well, it wasn't right after the first Toy Story. The first Toy Story was 1995. And we really didn't hit full digital, like 3D films, until the early 2000s. But I was heartbroken at first. But I realized after, sorry, I'm trying to be very precise here, that everything's cyclical. It'll come back.
Ooh, can you do Napoleon Dynamite?
Gosh, Tina.
Freaking idiot. Tina, eat your food. I guess you get your stuff on my locker because I can't fit my nunchucks in there. You know, you gotta have skills. Running skills, nunchuck skills, computer hacking skills. Or we watched it at a independent theater like 10 times. I think that was the most times we ever gone to a theater to see one movie.
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
And what you want to bet I can throw one over those mountains?
What you want to bet I can throw this football over those mountains?
It throws a piece of
A
meat
steak.
off the plate. Just slap meat right in the face.
Oh, I'll lift this up. That is coming off as like black. It's not black. Ryan on YouTube asks, was Lilo and Stitch done in traditional watercolor? I love the way that movie looks specifically. I think it was done in acrylic, meant to look like a watercolor treatment.
As Aaron says, I do not always use 2 different water cups, but when I do, one is always my coffee cup.
Yes, that happens all the time. I've drank my paint water many times.
How long is the wolf course?
I don't remember. Do you?
No, there is quite a bit in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty much all the courses have a really high average of
Content.
of content. Yeah. It's like at average of like minimum like 6-7 hours minimum.
Yeah, we've got courses that are, 15 hours, 20 hours.
Yeah, I think this
Birds of Prey course is going to be about 20 hours.
Yeah, I really have a strong feeling the Birds of Prey is going to be probably the biggest.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. I mean, it's just Birds of Prey. But yeah, it's going to be big. It's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge. Each bird is going to be very unique. They're going to be a great bunch of birds. Especially the bald eagle. All hail the bald eagle.
It's one of the best birds.
It's the best bird in the entire world. We should know it's on the president's shield. Okay. I've heard many art instructors state that artistic ability is a learned skill, not a born talent. I just looked up Travis's art, and based on the talent in your family, this theory falls a bit short. You guys are awesome at what you do. Do you have a generally artistic family history?
Yes, but it's all because we're all interested in art, though. We've all, if you looked at what my brother and I did as kids, it looks like crap. But we loved art, and we we learned. We fostered it.
Oh, Martin knows the answer to the amount of time of the wolf course. Over 18 hours plus reference videos.
Well, there you go.
There you have it. And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
So you can see by not painting certain areas, it gives it the illusion of sunlight.
Oh wow, this is my first time watching you paint live. I totally thought you only did digital painting. This is phenomenal. I love that you are a watercolor artist too.
I do watercolor and acrylic and digital and
Oil and charcoal.
Yeah, we do a lot of different
all
stuff.
sorts of mediums. Wash.
And music, I like both kinds, country and western.
Country and western.
What kind of music you can play in this place? Both kinds, country and western. You know that movie?
Oh yeah. Blues Brothers.
Blues Brothers.
I was really tempted to say like the completely wrong answer. Like, yeah, I know what that is. Star Wars.
It's a Star War.
It's a Star. Go watch a Star War.
Here's some money. Go watch a Star War.
She got the key and let me ride.
It's singing Blues Brothers.
Oh yeah. And I think it was that movie that caught my attention of Ray Charles.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And I remember listening to his stuff, and man, was I hooked.
Oh, I'm sure.
And also,
You were for a young kid, you are a really old soul. The music you liked as a kid,
Yeah.
I love that.
And also Cab Calloway
Oh, I know.
in Blues Brothers. And I think and that introduced me into the classic jazz scene.
Yeah.
I think Blues Brothers was like really one of those movies that put me on the path of the music that I'm into now, like the classic jazz, blues, and all that stuff, all that jazz.
YouTube question: are you covering American kestrels in the Birds of Prey course? No, I'm only hitting 2 falcons. I'm hitting peregrine falcons and gyrfalcons. There's just too many birds of prey to cover, so I got to make some painful choices.
Aaron, do you think tattoo ink will stay on jeans if you were to tattoo them?
I have no idea.
Unfortunately, neither of us are tattoo artists, so we have no idea.
I don't have a clue.
I mean, it's an ink, but we don't know if it's a permanent ink.
Twitch question: do you have tips on painting short fur digitally? I have no problems with long dog fur or wolf fur, but short deer fur really frustrates me. It's a lot of it's just like using a dry brush technique. If you can get a dry brush brush for your digital painting, that would help. I'm going to let this dry. So while this is drying, I'm going to answer some questions. YouTube, Nick says, fun fact, there is a slide for the wolf course that says 18 plus videos. Dustin, anytime. Oh, 18 plus hours it must mean.
Oh.
Yeah. So there you go. On that. Oh, on the slide. The slide that. Yeah. Pull up the slide real quick. So we'll show that.
Boom.
There it is.
Plus hours.
There you go. 18 plus hours.
I did not pay attention.
Pay attention. So, so as you see, I laid in my darks for the background for our wolf, and what I need to do now is just let this dry because I don't want to put my hand in it. And I'm going to hit some darks, just some dark accents throughout. I got to get around the eye, I got to get around the mouth, hit some deeper shadows in the tongue, maybe a couple of areas in the fur, and then we're just going to call it quits. We're going to be done. But I like how it's reading now, and what you know when you see it, where when you don't paint an area, it really can pop. And that background, I did it all with this brush. Well, I did it with 2 brushes, but I did it with this brush mainly, which is my 1/2 inch. I think that's about 1/2 inch flat. It is. It says 1/2 inch. So it's my 1/2 inch flat. You can get all your little fur details. You can do all that stuff, and so there you go. And that's the way it is.
That's the way it is.
So while that's, I think I can get some other areas in here. I want to get some deep darks. It's a deep, deep, deep dark.
Deep dirt. Dustin, you taking any photos of Laura Keat? I don't think Laura Keats.
No, Laura Keats are Australian.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't live in Australia, so as much as I would love that experience, but nope, just great blue herons, red-winged blackbirds, usual Florida.
Florida. So I'm going to get nice, deep, dark here.
You always paint the background afterwards, or does that go only for certain paintings?
No, I don't always. And for today, I just wanted to keep it. I wanted to save it because I wanted to focus on getting the lighter values painted in first. Value meaning light and dark, right?
The what? I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying value meaning light and dark.
I thought you were asking like, oh, you know the difference between like.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I wasn't talking to you.
I'm not talking to you.
Gosh darn it. Keep grabbing the wrong color. Well, then stop it.
Stop. Have you ever cut or trimmed your brushes?
Yes. Not very often, though. That generally ruins them. But if a brush is already ruined, then yes, I've been known to do it.
Sorry if this is a deep question.
Nick asked. Sorry, I got to get this one because Warner just announced that they're releasing an interactive Batman cartoon that is R-rated. Comes out in October. Are there any thoughts?
I think it's about not Red Robin.
I don't have any thoughts on it. I don't think I've given.
Well,
it
I think it was
already.
already a movie. I think it's one I've already seen before, but they've turned it into an interactive. Like they've added to it. So, it'd be interesting to see what kind of changes they've made to it, but yeah, it goes. Sorry if this is a deep question. You don't have to answer, but are you content with where you are right now, like with life and your art? Is there still something incomplete that you feel?
I think, yeah. I mean, I feel content, but at the same time, there's still a lot I want to do in my life. Of course, I'm not content to just sit on my laurels and just kick back and go, okay, I've done everything I want to do. No, but I'm content to where I am. I'm content to, doing what we're doing and the things I'm able to contribute and that sort of thing. Of course, yes.
If you're relaxing and saying, I've already done everything I want to do, you're not living.
No, exactly. YouTube question. My question. I usually paint with acrylics because watercolor is harder to go lighter after you put too much paint down somewhere. How do you plan where the light is going to hit before the shape is there? Just like I'm doing here. You want to know, a lot of times, and this is something a lot of people don't do, you got to create a thumbnail. You got to plan it all out in a thumbnail. And by thumbnail, I mean a little painting. Or a little sketch.
Oh, this is awesome. I just saved enough to finally buy the annual membership. I am so excited to learn and create. Your biggest fan from Nairobi, Kenya.
Right on. Thank you.
Right
I love
on.
Nairobi.
Huh?
I love Nairobi.
I wish I could go. Do you have a way, or do you have any way to keep your brushes in their proper shape?
Yes, never put them in, never leave them in the water.
And also, do you have them face upward, or do you?
I lay them flat.
You lay them flat.
And never leave them in your water container. Ever, 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 ever. That will destroy them.
Will you ever do a drawing dogs course?
Yes. We've been planning that, actually. I do have my, once again, going back, my wolves, coyotes, and foxes course. This is the last weekend that you can get it for $1. So if you want to learn how to draw wolves, foxes, and coyotes for real cheap, then head on over to creatureartteacher.com.
It would be interesting if we did a course on like domestic, like cats and dogs.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about.
Yeah. I was saying like just dogs, but I'm thinking like both dogs and cats.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool. Little kitties.
Little kitties, like three different
Little kitty.
kinds of dogs and 3 different kinds of cats.
Yeah. Well, if I did a dog course, it would be probably the 10 most popular breeds is probably what I would do.
Bulldog, pit bull,
Well,
Golden Shepherd.
whatever the most popular breeds are.
golden retriever,
Because obviously I
Sheepdog.
wouldn't be able to hit all of them, and someone's going to go, yeah, but can you do a such and such and so and so?
Chihuahua.
And I was like, no.
corgi. You better do.
But
a
I have a
corgi.
so and such and such and so and so. And I'd say, well, you get your such and so and so.
Just blend this and this, and boom. But please add a corgi. That's all I ask.
Or did someone just say that? Or
No,
you-
that's me saying that. I love corgis.
How do you know?
I do know. Why did you do this to me? It was one of those things where I accidentally hovered my mouse over somebody's name and like it pops up their information. But
Oh, yeah.
usually, have you ever painted a sculpture or a mini?
Have I ever painted a sculpture or a mini?
No.
What?
I think it probably means by like a smaller sculpture.
Have I ever made a sculpture or painted a sculpture?
Have you ever painted a
No.
sculpture?
I mean, I've painted sculptures that were. I've done. Actually, I have. Yeah. In museums and whatnot, and at the Orsay, I remember in Paris, I did some paintings of some of the sculptures in there.
Well, I don't think it meant painting of the sculpture. I think it meant like actually applying paint onto a sculpture.
Oh, like making a polychrome sculpture? No.
At the end, can you show us the colors you used for this painting?
Can you? Are they able to see it on
They're
here?
able to see. But it's a very.
They're able
angle.
to see.
And also, it's
My
at the
terrible.
bottom corner. It's not.
Oh, it's
exactly
not super
centered.
detailed.
Yeah, it's not exactly center of attention right now. I think also like one. I also think they want like a more close up of like what the actual mix look like.
Well, my palette's a mess right now.
I don't think they're going to care.
No, I know that. I'm just saying it's a mess right now.
Are you using black or dark blue?
I'm using Payne's Gray for my darkest dark, which is a cool kind of gray dark, but not black. And then I use ultramarine also to cool it down.
Can you do a gouache painting or another watercolor painting on Tuesday? I love your traditional media live stream so much.
Sure. Why not?
Why not? And to all the latecomers, who won the Wacom 1 today for this week?
That was Nicole. Was it Nicole? From Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Nicole from the Sao Paulo.
And also, Nick is telling me that we have some latecomers. And so, one thing I want to mention to you latecomers that I was really excited about earlier is we have a brand new opportunity for you to get a scholarship to college. This is something that Nick and I have been wanting to do for a long time. And we finally have the means to do it. And so, if you go to creatureartteacher.com/scholarship, you will find information there on us giving away a scholarship every month to a student in need. It's good for traditional college or online teaching. So there's that. So that's really good. That's really exciting. And it's $5,000. And it's good for anybody in the world. So you don't have to be a United States citizen in order to win the scholarship. I want to make that very clear. So go to Creature Art Teacher. Can you pull up this? Oh, you got the slide?
I already, I put up the slide earlier.
Okay, go to creatureartteacher.com/ scholarship. Sorry, I was in here.
You do it so many times, like you're.
I start concentrating and I can't finish my sentence.
I swear, everybody, if you're watching, if you're listening to this, which I'm sure everybody is, watch Surf's Up. The scene where Big Z is making the board. That is Dad 90% of the time. Just gotta go with the grain, with the grain.
It is me.
Can I do it now? Shh. With this long strokes. Find the board within the tree. Nice and easy.
It's so
Like what?
true.
Like I swear, every time I watch that scene, I laugh so hard because it reminds me of you.
I love it.
Have you ever played D&D or any similar tabletop game?
No. But you have.
I played Warhammer 40k tabletop, and I was Space Marines, Ultramarines, if people know what that is. What is the brand of brushes you're currently using right
They're all over the place.
now?
They're all over the
Lots of
place.
different brushes.
Yeah. These are just brushes I've collected over the years.
Dustin, that sounded like Lawrence Welk when he said, "Why not?" You didn't know who he was a few weeks ago. Who's Lawrence Welk again?
The big band.
Ah.
Big band conductor
Ah.
from the 60s and 70s. And the 1, and the 2, and the 3.
And the 1 and the 2. Do you use something to time the same reference picture for making what? Oh, making your art.
See that again?
Trying to understand what you're trying to say. Do you use something?
You understand the
to-
words that are coming out of my mouth?
Can I understand the words that he's trying to type out? Do you use something to time the same reference picture for making your art?
Don't know what that means.
Maybe asking about like two separate reference photos for one art piece.
Oh, maybe, but no.
I mean, you used separate photos before to make one
Yeah,
art piece,
before, but not today.
Not today, no. But I think it was just talking about like a general question, like have you done that?
Oh, sure. Oh, sure.
Oh sure. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, Brother Bear.
Hey, brother, bear.
Oh, I want to mention too on the wolf course. It's $1 right now, which I've told you already. When it goes back up to its normal price, it goes back up to $60. So you're gonna save a lot if you go and grab it now.
Oh man, Dustin, now that you talked about Surf's Up, I'm going to laugh all the way through Aaron's live streams now. Probably his courses too. Thanks, you made my day. You're welcome.
It's not funny.
It's a little funny.
It's not funny. So I'm just going in and adding little details now.
This painting reminds me of the tiger in the movie Lion King.
I feel like I'm running at incredible speed.
That is so true. I love that dragon in Star Wars. It's just absolutely fantastic.
Isn't there a woman, man, telephone, the TV?
Person, man, woman, telephone, TV, or something like that. I can't remember.
You can't remember.
And that was the whole idea, was that you're supposed to remember what
Yeah.
the order was. Oh, same reference picture for different medium.
Oh, yeah.
One in oil, one in charcoal. I mean, that's what he meant. So like the same reference photo,
Oh, I got you.
but for different artworks.
Yeah, I can do that.
Like, have you done that before?
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying that.
I've done one in charcoal, watercolor, and acrylic.
Wow.
All the same image. That's too dark. There we go. See, you can correct mistakes.
If I get the course at the dollar price, will I have to purchase it again at regular price? And how long do I
No.
have to watch it?
Once you download it, it's yours forever.
Yeah. $1 is how much it costs right now. Like, once you buy it now, you don't have to.
That's why I'm
Pay the
encouraging you to go and buy it now.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay for it again when it comes up. No.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm laughing at you. I think that's a funny question.
And once you buy it, it's yours. Once you download it, it's all yours. You have nothing to worry about. So yeah, $1, go get it. Could you show us a reference photo by hand, please?
No.
Please, pretty please. I want to see the picture, please.
No.
Dang it.
Hold on one second. Let me just get this first.
Ace Ventura.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. That's what I was trying to reference anyway.
Oh, you're very sound like. You gotta fade it. You gotta give it gradients. Hey Aaron, in your dogs course, will you draw only beautiful dogs, or will it include pugs? JK, I love all dogs.
Of course, it'll include pugs.
English bulldog, most definitely. I remember one of my friends came to the house in California when we still had Violet, and she loved seeing Violet. She was like, "Oh my gosh, she's so ugly and she's beautiful."
She was beautiful. I loved Violet. She was my little partner in crime. Of course, I love Achilles now,
Oh yeah.
too. He's my
But
little
the
partner in
funniest
crime
thing
now.
about Violet is
She
the
just
gas
hump every-
bombs.
Oh, I know.
They're so bad it'll make her leave the room. Like the moment we see her get up and walk off, we're like, "Yep, that was a smoke bomb."
Well,
Or steam
remember we
bomb.
had her niece, Rose. I woke up one morning with Rose's sphincter, let's just say that, right in my face. The first thing I saw when I opened my eyes was her little pucker right in my face, and I saw it
Just
open. It opened.
How to go? Just
Oh yeah. Where am I looking? It opened and pointed at me.
and you just went. Ugh!
Oh, I almost barfed.
Oh yeah, that's the artist test. Charcoal, watercolor, acrylic, camera, TV.
Just adding some little details, little fur details here and there.
So I just checked out the Surf's Up video clip real quick. Yeah, I can see that. You go with the crane, with the crane. There we go.
I'm the dude.
Do you always print them on glassy photo paper?
Yes. Glossy.
Is the tongue pinker in the reference, or is it just my tablet?
It's probably a little pinker, but this is fairly. I've cooled it off quite a bit, so yeah, it's probably a little pinker in the reference.
It's just a little pinker.
Yeah.
On Facebook, they shared this sick emoji. I think it was talking about Violet's stink bombs,
Oh yeah.
or or it might have been the rose story.
That dog was nasty.
Somebody else said, "That's gross."
It was gross.
It says this looks a lot like my dog, which is a husky Malamute mix.
Malamute.
Malamute?
Mm-hmm.
Malamute? How would you spell here the way your old gym teacher said it?
Yeah, here.
Hill?
Here.
Hill. Hill.
I don't know how you spell that.
Hill.
No, here.
I think it would be like Heyu. Hill.
Softening up edges. There we
Hey,
go.
Detlef.
Oh, Detlef?
Detlef.
Hey, Detlef!
I always say Detlef. Detlef. He's quoting from Surf's Up. Why are you smiling? Don't smile. I'm not smiling. This is serious. It takes work and finesse. Is there a special reason to print them on glossy paper?
The color is better. That is why.
How have we not seen that?
Huh?
Martin Berger says, have you seen the YouTube video where the kid opens up a present and says, an avocado?
Thanks.
Oh, that's a good spelling for that, for the hyum. H-Y-E-U-M. Yeah, my hyum.
There's no M, but you're close.
I mean, technically we make the N silent in a way.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Get on over here. So southern.
Aaron should animate that scene. An avocado.
Thanks. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick, it took me so long to see your question. But yes, a lot of people think that our $1 courses are a hustle. They think that they're going to get charged again later.
Seriously?
It's not too good to be true. I swear, it's real.
It's real, I swear.
All right, well, we're going to wrap this up here. We're getting pretty close.
Almost there?
Well, one more things.
What was that?
I said there's going to be one more things here.
One more thing?
One more thing.
It's confirmed, people. One more thing has begun.
It's Friday. So we went to a dog beach yesterday.
A dog beach?
Hey, Vedanta.
Hey, that looks nice.
Vedanta's here.
Yep.
Say hi.
Oh, I was gonna say I can come in without being on camera because he's doing traditional. But
You likey?
mission failed. I do. I love that green.
Thanks.
Wow, that looks cool.
You mean you like the part of the painting that's not the dog?
You know I'm a colorist. Color. No, the dog's amazing. Is that a wolf? Is that
It's
what
a
it is?
wolf.
Yeah, a wolf. That
A
wolf,
wolf.
is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
That is a really nice shade of green, I have to say.
Search on YouTube for Dad at Comedy Bar, and that guy laughs exactly like him. I know exactly that.
Oh, yeah.
video.
That guy? Yeah. That's funny.
And the guy can't even do his skit for so long.
All right. I think we're about there.
Like,
I'm trying to decide if I need to go darker on my... Like, do another wash of blue over it. What do you think? Do I? Nah. Oh, the ear's not done, though. Up here. The ear up here.
The ear.
That was the wrong color. And too strong.
Sounds like your gym teacher had relatives from Louisiana.
Yeah, I think he was. He was definitely Southern. I just can't remember where. He also
Yeah.
he became assistant principal too. And I moved out when I was still in high school, and I'd write myself notes. If I was going to the doctor or something, or if I had to go do something, I'd write myself a note to get out of class. And he always gave me a hard time about it because he didn't believe I was living on my own.
Did you ever hear of British animator Howard Wimshurst? If yes,
Yes.
have you
He's
any
one of the
thoughts
originals.
on his work?
Yeah, he was. It's who again? Say it again.
Howard Wimshurst?
Yeah,
Wimshurst?
is that right?
Is it Wimshurst or Wimshurst?
Who did Gertie the dinosaur? Look up Gertie the dinosaur. Who did that? That wasn't him, was it?
Gertie?
I can't remember. I'm drawing a blank. I should know these things. Come on, look at my history.
Let me
Gertie
look
the
up
dinosaur.
Gertie, like G-U-R-D-Y?
G-E-R.
Oh. Gertie.
I know there's a lot of people out there going, Aaron, you're an idiot.
Oh, 1914.
Yes, that's it. It was, why am I drawing a blank?
McKay?
Yeah, McKay. Thank you.
McKay. Yeah, Winsor McKay.
Winsor McKay. Why was I was completely blanking on that.
Howard.
No, I don't know this person. I do not know this person you speak of.
Wimshurst.
Windsor McKay. Windsor, sir. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. So I'm going to remind you guys, the big announcement today, for those of you that have come late, is that Nick and I have finally been able to pull together a scholarship fund. And so once a month, we're going to be giving away a $5,000 scholarship to a student, a deserving student. I myself needed scholarships when I went to college. I couldn't have gone to college without them. And we want to be able to give back and do the same thing. And so this is what we're doing. $5,000 a month. Just go to creatureartteacher.com/ you got that?
Scholarship?
Yep, scholarship. And you can sign up there. We're really excited about it. It's something that, like I said, we've been wanting to do since we conceived this business. It was part of the whole reason behind creating creatureartteacher.com was to be able to eventually do this. And so we're very happy that after 6 years, we are now able to do it. And it's something I'm very proud of and very excited about. So go to creatureartteacher.com/scholarship and you can get all the information right there. I want to point out once again that this is good, open to anybody in the world, not just American. It's anybody in the world. So if you are in Nairobi or if you're in Peru, you can still do it. All right. And also, I want to remind you about my how to draw or paint, how to draw wolves, coyotes, and foxes. That course, this is the last week that you can get that course for $1. $1. This is the last week you can get that. Okay? So go and check that out over at creatureartteacher.com. Did you pull up the coyote course?
The wolf course?
Yeah. The wolf course? Is it up? Okay, good. So go check that out. Why am I giving him yellow teeth? I don't want to give him yellow teeth. Because it's going to go up to $60 after that. So if you want to learn how to draw and paint wolves like this, coyotes and foxes, then go check that out, because you can get that. It's over 18 hours of content, and you can get that for $1 at creatureartteacher.com. Also want to remind you about Tim Hodges' course is out, how to draw imaginary mythical creatures. That's a fun one, especially for our younger audience. It's really cool. So go check that. And what am I missing? Oh, my watercolor course, which is what we're painting today. My watercolor course is only $5 right now. And no, you don't have to pay another fee when the price goes back up.
Did you already talk about the Wacom giveaway for next week?
Oh, that's right. And the Wacom giveaway. Go, if you sign up for our newsletter, go to creatureartteacher.com and sign up for our newsletter, and you are automatically in the running then to win a Wacom 1 pen display.
Woohoo!
From Wacom. Wacom.
Wow.
I've got one and I love it. I really love it. And what am I missing, Nick? Watercolor paintings, $5. There's a YouTube question. Hey, Aaron, when you do the Kung Fu Panda drawing, is it going to be traditional or digital? Let's make it traditional. Ooh. That way, maybe we can give it away.
That way we can give it away.
You want to sell this one, Nick? Nick says, be sure to tune in next week's stream. Oh, be sure to tune in to next week's streams, as well as we are going to have some additional education plans that we're going to be announcing soon. Yes. Thank you, Nick. I forgot all about that. We're working on another education scheme. Our little schemes.
Sheen?
Yes. That we're going to announce next week. And we're excited about that as well. So that all being said, maybe we should throw this up for sale.
What do you think for $1 million?
For $1 million. All right, last thing I got to do. I'm not gonna paint sign it. I'm gonna.
Don't forget to save it.
There it is, Aaron Blaise, 2020.
Where's the Control S?
Oh, that was a marathon. How long was that?
Oh, it is 3:14.
Oh, it wasn't that long. It's only 2.5 hours, or 2 hours and 14 minutes. Not even. It's only about 2 hours.
And I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people that are like, that was only 2 hours? What?
So there you go. That's watercolor, and that's a watercolor wolf. There's my reference. There's the wolf. There's the reference. There's the wolf.
We
There's
show
the
the
reference.
show the
There's
palette
wolf.
too, like just
Oh,
show
yeah.
like what kind of colors you use for this,
Let's do this just in case. Let's
just
move
in
that.
case.
Yeah, just in case. Yeah, this is pretty much a mess. But there's it starts with cerulean blue over on the lower left, then it goes to ultramarine blue, then it goes to Payne's gray. There's sap green up in the upper corner, and then yellow green. I can't remember. And then medium, cad yellow medium, alizarin crimson, cadmium red, then ochre, burnt umber, lemon yellow, over on the right here. All my yellows, and yeah, you can see that the palette just becomes a big mess.
So the very bottom left blue. Which one was that one again?
Cerulean.
Cerulean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was blocked off for a second. I was able to take the camera off of it. But.
So there's our painting for the day. That was fun. I love doing watercolor paintings live. Those are fun. It's a fun demonstration. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really enjoyed it a lot. And once again, I'm going to mention again, go to creatureartteacher.com/ oh, here we are. Hi. Go to creatureartteacher.com/scholarship. And you can get more information on our $5,000 scholarship monthly. Okay? If you're a student and you're looking to educate yourself, if you want to go to college or if you want to do some online lessons, that sort of thing, it's good for all of that. If you, no matter where you are in the world, we want to help you out. For students that are in need, we want to help you. So once again, go to creatureartteacher.com/scholarship, and we're going to be able to help you out. We're going to pick one student a month for our $5,000 scholarship, given away monthly, okay? Because we care about you. And that's it.
That's it.
That's the biggest news. That's our big news. We've been working on this for 6 years, wanting to do this, and now we can finally do it. Nick, especially, and I want to thank Nick publicly in front of everybody. Nick especially has been working very hard on pulling this together in the last few weeks. So thank you, Nick, for doing that. And I hope you guys enjoyed today. Go out, put some beauty back into the world. Be nice to somebody. I forgot to do the other eye. Doggone it. Be nice to somebody. Hold on. One more thing.
Really?
Yep. I forgot to do the other eye. It must be done.
It must be done.
And I will see you.
I see what you did there.
I just messed up. I will see you Tuesday. I will see you Tuesday. So go out, put some beauty back in the world, put your shopping cart away, and I will talk to you Tuesday. See ya.
Hey guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Glad you guys enjoyed this stream. And if you guys are interested in any wildlife photography, especially on Instagram, you can check out my page at Dustin_Blaise. And I post wildlife I haven't done in a while, but I need to catch back up on that. But again, Dustin_Blaise, you can check that out. And also you can check out my wildlife reference photos that are currently on creatureartteacher.com. So if you haven't checked those out, I think they'll be very helpful, especially if you're looking for some good Florida wildlife. But hope you guys enjoyed all this. See you guys next week. Be safe, and as always, Cowboy Bebop. See ya.